What have they told you so far?
A very good morning to you, Elvis. Just to bring you up to speed with what's been happening here. Every hour we see some sort of significant progress from the mop-up, clean-up operations here. Just to give you some sort of sense, the highway going northbound is now cleared. The rubble there has been moved to the side of the highway. The southbound is also cleared. But before they can open up the highway, which we anticipate would be, it will be cleared by lunchtime. But before they can open it up to peak traffic, late peak traffic, they're obviously going to check that there's no damage to the road and that kind of thing. So a lot of significant progress that we've seen here in the past hour. But just to bring us up to speed with operations, we're now joined by EMS's Robert Mulaudzi. Very good morning to you, Robert, and thanks again for joining us.
Morning, Gillian. Morning to the viewers.
Bring us up to speed with what is happening now as we are seeing it in our screens.
Yeah, at this stage, most of the debris or the steel beams which were covering most parts of the highway, as you said earlier, on the both directions, it has been cleared now. So it's only just a few of them which are still left. So we are looking at that we might be able to meet the deadline, the peak hour traffic. So hopefully by then, after the engineers have confirmed in terms of the damages of the road, if there's any, then we can be able to open up the road for the afternoon traffic time.
Let's talk to us about the Fortuner, the Toyota Fortuner. Yes. That we saw, the roof has come off. What's happened with that wreckage?
Yes, what happened is that, you remember earlier last night, that's where we recovered the last body which were recovered from the vehicle. So we had to, use our jaws of life to cut it so that we can be able to get to where the body was, and also, to stabilize. We had to stabilize the area around the vehicle. So that's what happened. That's why you see it's like that, because we had to cut it to be able to recover the body.
There's a tweet that's making the rounds about a concrete a truck that might have been the cause of the collapse of the scaffolding bridge. What's the status of that? Is there any truth to that?
No, there's no truth regarding that. Those are just allegations which we don't know where they're coming from, and they're very much unfortunate. What we can confirm is that the truck was also involved in the collapse. Even the truck the driver of that truck, we treated him on site. Unfortunately, we didn't transport him because he didn't have, he just received minor injuries. The story that the truck caused the incident, I think that it's unfortunate. People mustn't entertain it because now it's misleading. So the issue is, as far as we know, the truck was also involved in this incident. That's because we can account up on the driver. We actually treated the driver yesterday afternoon when we arrived. As soon as we arrived here, the driver of the truck was one of the people we treated, but unfortunately we didn't transport him to hospital. So that information, we don't know where it's coming from, and we want to communities to distance themselves with that information because it's not going to take us anywhere.
And that's the emergency services, Robert Mulaudzi, just bringing us up to speed with operations here, Elvis. As Robert said, we're very hopeful that the late hour, the late peak traffic will be able to use the highway, that it will be open, and that by lunchtime we could see a lot more of the wreckage being cleared here. Back to the studio, Elvis.
Thank you, Gillian. That was our reporter on the scene, Gillian Pillay.